Hi everyone, this is Sunette, and with me in part 3 of the introduction of the portal and I is Joe.
Hi everybody. So, if you haven't by now seen the previous episodes, I suggest you do so because they lay the foundation for what we're talking about now. For a little bit of a rewind and a refresh, we got to know what is the portal, who is Sunette within the past 14 years of portaling, and discovering that, oh my God, there is so much about life we don't know. And for the first time, we get to ask questions and get real answers from existence. And that has led to the evolution of Desteni and a process of working with beings and people together at the same time.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask you, what was it like? Because in a way, you had all of these beings that lived kind of on the other side, don't know what it's like to be born here and live a physical life, right? So in a way, they can see so much, but it was like they couldn't find a way for the information to be relatable.
Yes.
So what was that process?
So that was, for me too, because I also realized I went into that shift a bit with them, meaning for me, I suddenly saw all these things and I completely changed into it in a way of forgetting my groundedness, my process, my being a human. And so this is where Bernard came in and assisted and supported me. He really grounded me and reminding me of, remember, you are the anchor. You stand as the point. This is your body. And within this being shared with existence. And, he made sure I remember, that, yes, even though I can see everything, it is still just knowledge and information. Meaning, yes, I've got access into existence. And this is something you'll get to know a bit later in videos as well when I introduce me personally. And more focus on my relationship with the portal and my life has been that I've also had a process to walk. I've had my ups and downs, I still do. I face challenges, I get lost. I have to go through my own programming, my own mind, my own physical experience, but it is through that the beings learn in turn. Because I let them walk that through with me, in me, as me. And that information and that experience then, becomes translated into an understanding for them. So my groundedness, my process as a person in this world, no different to anyone else, has also assisted and supported the portal to mature, or the beings through it, as well as the knowledge and information coming through. So this is what was also happening with the Desteni forums. Its initial purpose was to assist and support me and them to learn to communicate with people. As I didn't know. I was a shy, introverted, always anxious, fearful girl. I did not have very good social skills. Now here I am, I've got this gift. Existence was like, wham, there you go.
Spotlight.
So I was like, okay, let's do this. So just to take it day by day. So that was the Desteni forums and the YouTube videos, did one-on-one together. The YouTube videos were like, look, you sit, let the beings come through and just talk. There was no preparation ever. That's also something we still take pride in being specific about, is that points open up completely in real time. The beings unconditionally come through. The point is here, they unconditionally share.
Unscripted, unplanned.
Yeah, it's nothing like, this is also what so many have come to realize, you yourself as well, with being here on the farm.
Yes.
Like in the moment, real time. But that's good for them. But now sometimes it happens to me. Joe and I have, where he's assisting and supporting me. Sometimes, when you're doing your personal stuff on video, you can plan it.
Yes.
And just get your bullet points. So I'm practicing that structuring for me personally, but for them, they still come through and do it in real time. And with Desteni and Bernard and myself, that really assisted that trinity of support. I would say, it was me and Bernard and the portal. And, he was the one here in this corner holding me and the portal just stable, earthed, grounded. And also me and the portal, I was holding the portal stable in the way of reminding it of, hey, you've got to learn about human beings still.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter what you see, they're still experiencing it. And how they're experiencing it is a lot different to what we're seeing. So that was the main thing that we started integrating, grounding, and learning through the Desteni forums and YouTube and interacting with people. That's also why people reacted to us so much. We started realizing, because they're not hearing and they're not seeing. They're not listening. It's not that it's their fault. It's just that how we're explaining what we see and what we do, that was a bit that needed some tweaking and changing.
So how would you describe the evolution and the maturity of the beings and yourself over the past 14 years? Has it been like a slow process, or has it been something where it kind of has been evolving naturally in the moment, spontaneous?
Yeah. We still, to this day, since the portal opened, we've been walking on, changing, being the best we can be, aligning our principles to assisting and supporting existence, equal in one, in a way of the responsibility that we've taken within ourselves is that who we are and what we do, how we live, what we realize is not just for ourselves, it's in support of existence. In a way that, reality, earth, humanity, everything within it is an extension of me, of each one of us. And as much as that might sound overwhelming, like flying over your head now, you will come to understand that more when you just start with yourself in understanding your body is an extension of you. What does that really mean in an equal in one relationship? Another person is an extension of you. What does that mean? And you start expanding your extensions, your grasp of responsibility becomes more clear.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's something great, it's just something practical. And, the common sense within this is if each one of us realize that responsibility equally in one, how we start interacting and treating ourselves and one another may just start changing.
It's a very real world change. A lot of times people talk about, how do we change the world? I want to change the world, and don't see that dimension of our personal responsibility with ourselves and the awareness that we have in terms of what we create and how that ripples out.
Yes.
So,
because at the moment our only responsibility is our self-interest in our minds, and that's what also really exacerbates the inequality and separation within reality and ourselves and everything and everyone within it, and leaving everyone to their own, let the strongest survive, each man to himself type of world. So here, just to finish off this video, to share with you how Desteni started. Desteni, myself, Bernard. You'll have more of the links and references in this video too. But, you will see for yourself when you compare videos from back then that's still on YouTube to now, and also the recordings, how much more detailed, specific, practical, explanatory all of it is. And, the portal was not just this thing that opened up and everything was perfect. We have walked an extensive journey these 14 years, both on the other side and here on Earth, me and them, to find ways to share and explain and show what we see and what we do, how we've changed, what's evolved, and really, yes, to what extent we will need to change if we honestly, genuinely, really want to change the world. And this is also where the Desteni process and EQAFE came about. So we'll continue with that in the next video. Thank you very much, everyone.
Stay tuned.